The traditional measures of credit risk, and they're also found in the CAMELS under asset quality, are delinquency ratio and charge-off ratio. The problem with them is they're lagging indicators. So what people tend to look for are some better measures, some more up-to-date measures, not necessarily leading indicators, but certainly early indicators of credit issues. This is monitoring the credit score migration of borrowers. This happens to be on mortgage loans. That shows the credit score migration from the time the borrower made the loan upon origination till today. So you measure, you get the borrower's credit scores, compare them to what they were, and see if their credit score has improved, stayed stable, or declined over time. Let me show you a second version of a useful report to pay attention to. And this is a report of forced placed insurance or lapsed insurance on collateralized loans. Let me show you another one. Here, when I have number 3, this is the percent of loans in the portfolio that are late. Now, this isn't 15 days late or 30 days late like you're typically paying attention to. This is a much shorter time frame. As a matter of fact, this is only 2 days late. So it started at 0.6% and it rose very, very dramatically in a relatively short period of time. And so what we see here is borrowers who normally would pay on time are beginning to fall behind on their loans. So you can monitor these last two by the broad trend, and then you can drill down to see what's happening to individual borrowers in there. A fourth non-traditional way to monitor credit quality is through the percent of loans that have been modified, also known as troubled debt restructures, TDRs. And loans that are modified are suddenly a lot weaker than loans that are not modified. So not all those modified loans are going to go bad. That's why you work with members like that, to rescue as many of those loans as possible. But when you begin to have a high quantity of loan modifications, what you know is that a bunch of these, many of these, are going to go delinquent later on. They aren't going to be able to keep up even with their modified contract, and they're going to go bad at some point. Now this one that I'm showing you is the average credit score of new loans being added to a portfolio. And this is used car loans, the credit score of the average credit score of used auto loans going onto our portfolio. Now this doesn't tell you what's happening in your existing portfolio of loans, the ones that are already made. What this tells you is what's the credit quality of borrowers who are making loans with us today. But this would be an indicator, if it wasn't intended, that something might be wrong with the underwriting or lending process within our organization.